Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel today. We are diving into one of the most complex and escalating conflicts in modern history, the Iran-Israel war. In this video, we will explore the unseen forces behind this conflict and what is truly happening beyond the headlines. The Iran-Israel war is not just about two countries facing off against each other, but involves a range of factors and global forces that are influencing the course of events. On the surface, the conflict between Iran and Israel may seem to be just another military struggle, but the reality is much more intricate. Iran's regional ambitions are the driving force behind much of the conflict with Israel, standing firmly in its way. Israel's security concerns have led to a series of actions aimed at preventing Iran from gaining too much power in the region. However, it is not just about the two countries at war. Several global powers are involved in this situation, from the United States to Russia and even China. Each country has its own interests and motivations that are shaping the outcome of this ongoing struggle. The tensions between these two nations have deep historical roots dating back decades. The core of the conflict is a struggle for regional dominance in the Middle East. Iran has long sought to exert influence over its neighbors and expand its reach, while Israel has worked tirelessly to ensure its own security. Israel sees Iran's growing power as a direct threat to its existence and has responded with a series of military and intelligence operations aimed at curbing Iran's influence across the region. Iran's ambitions are not just military, they are also economic. Iran seeks to expand its trade relations and gain access to vital resources. While Israel's economy thrives largely due to its technological sector, its military is built on advanced defense systems, like the Iron Dome missile defense system, which has given Israel an upper hand in many confrontations. Despite Iran's significant military capabilities, Israel's technological edge has proven to be a major factor in its defense strategies. One of the most significant unseen forces in this conflict is the role of global powers. The United States has traditionally been a staunch ally of Israel, providing military aid and intelligence to ensure its security. The U.S.'s influence has helped Israel maintain a strong position in the region, but this has also contributed to the growing tension with Iran. The U.S. has been involved in efforts to prevent Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons and has imposed severe economic sanctions on Tehran in an attempt to force Iran to reconsider its aggressive policies. However, the involvement of Russia and China has shifted the dynamics of the situation. Russia has forged a close partnership with Iran, particularly in the areas of military cooperation and energy resources. Russia's support for Iran has added a layer of complexity to the conflict, particularly when it comes to the issue of nuclear weapons. Russia has provided Iran with both technological and military support in its quest to develop its nuclear program, which has sparked concern among many in the international community. China has also become an important player in the Middle East by forging strong economic ties with both Iran and Israel. China's economic presence in the region has allowed it to influence the ongoing conflict in ways that aren't immediately apparent. China's interest in the region revolves around energy resources and trade agreements, and its influence has been growing steadily. In recent years, this shift towards China has put further pressure on the United States and Israel to maintain their grip on the region. While military actions and covert operations are key components of the Iran-Israel conflict, economic warfare plays an equally important role in shaping the dynamics of the war. Iran has been the target of crippling sanctions for years in an attempt to weaken its economy and prevent it from funding its military ambitions. These sanctions have had a profound effect on Iran's economy, causing inflation to soar and making it harder for the country to import critical resources and technology. However, Sanctions alone have not been enough to force Iran to abandon its nuclear ambitions or military operations in the region. Instead, Iran has sought out alternative sources of support from countries like Russia and China, as well as regional allies such as Hezbollah in Lebanon and various militant groups in Syria. The role of economic sanctions in the conflict cannot be overstated. Israel has long supported sanctions as a way to weaken Iran and prevent its nuclear development. But these sanctions have also pushed Iran into the arms of countries willing to defy international pressure. Russia and China have emerged as strong allies for Iran, providing both military and economic support that has helped Iran remain resilient in the face of sanctions. The proxy wars in Syria. Lebanon and Gaza have become another significant aspect of the conflict. Both Iran and Israel have been involved in supporting different factions in these regions as part of their broader strategic goals. Iran has supported Hezbollah and other militias in Lebanon and Syria, while Israel has worked to support rebel groups in Syria that oppose Iran's presence. The indirect nature of these battles has allowed both sides to continue their campaigns without direct confrontation between Iranian and Israeli forces. But these proxy wars have been just as devastating, with countless casualties and widespread destruction. In addition to proxy wars, Iran and Israel have been engaged in cyber warfare operations, which have played a significant role in the conflict. Both countries have used hacking and cyber attacks to disrupt each other's infrastructure and military capabilities. Israel has conducted cyber attacks on Iranian nuclear facilities and other critical infrastructure, while Iran has used its cyber capabilities to target Israeli military and civilian networks. These covert operations have added another layer of complexity to the conflict, making it harder for both sides to gain a clear upper hand. As the conflict continues to unfold, the economic and military strategies of both nations are shaping the course of events. Israel's technological superiority in defense systems like the Iron Dome and its advanced intelligence capabilities have given it an edge in many engagements. However, Iran's regional influence and support from its allies like Russia and China have made it a formidable opponent. The ongoing struggle between these two nations is not just about military power. It is a battle for control over key resources and influence in the region. The role of the United States in this conflict continues to be a key factor. The U.S. has long been Israel's strongest ally and has provided military aid and support throughout the years. But the shift in global power dynamics, with Russia and China becoming more involved in the region, has created a new set of challenges for the U.S. As the conflict escalates, the U.S.'s involvement could become even more critical in determining the outcome of the war. Looking ahead, it is clear that the Iran-Israel war is far from over. The unseen forces behind this conflict are still in play, and the situation is likely to get even more complex as new alliances are formed and new strategies are employed. The world is watching closely as these two nations continue their battle for supremacy in the Middle East. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more in-depth analysis, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on our future updates. Stay tuned for more breaking news.